Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Around the Table GTA. What was that? Was that a new intro? Yes, it was. Basically, I've been completely stumped on ideas. I don't know what's going on, but it kind of influenced me to make this new episode, get a new intro and everything, just to keep myself going, right? This episode, we're going to be talking about being trapped or feeling trapped. And it's kind of crazy because I was juggling with a bunch of these video ideas and then something happened at work and I'm like, you know what? Let's change it to trapped. I was even going to say victimhood and everything, but I've just been like evaluating things and looking at my circumstances, just reflecting on me. And I thought like, let's try to do something creepy. So I think trapped sounds a little bit better, especially for October. We are in the spooky month, right? But at the same time, it's something that is also relatable and not too creepy. I already have another episode. You guys might like the other one a little bit more. It's more fun and I'm going to try to get more facts about it. But anyways, before we get started, guys, hit the like button, share this with someone. It helps with traction. Maybe like 4 episodes ago, we got a lot of views and then it kind of dipped down, but it is what it is. I'm used to the 5 view gang, so that's awesome. But when you get like 200 more views than usual, it's really inspiring. And that's how I did my whole cluster of videos, because it was just like, wow, so many people are paying attention. But anyways, we're going to be talking about feeling trapped. Recently, I came back to my old workplace. Always in August, I kind of bounce between my current workplace and then another site. And the vibe is completely different. Like we talk about my current place being like the tunnel or a cave, because when you go to any other site, it's so bright. There's so much of a difference. But then when you go back, you're back into the cave. You get into the rut. You go into the grind, basically the work grind. And it's just so interesting how stuff like that changes your mood. It changes how you think. It even changes how you are as a person. A lot of people are kind of surprised how positive I am after working at where I work for so long. And it's just that it's a different kind of stress. Like when I was working at the other site, everything was so slow. And when you're a person who's used to fast-paced work, something slow kind of it doesn't work with you, but eventually you kind of get used to it. And that's just like anything else in life, you know, if you be persistent with it, if you continue to work at it, chip at it, if it's good or bad, there's going to be results and you're going to see it, right? If you start, for example, like smoking to deal with your stress, you're going to be smoking a lot because it just adds up. Something on more of the positive end, I started playing Apex Legends a lot more, and I've been getting more kills, I've been getting more wins, and it's just for me playing, 1 hour or 2 hours a day. So whenever you feel trapped on anything, put some time to work on whatever it is that's bothering you. If you're having trouble reading, read a page every day, read a sentence every day, read like 3 words every day. We want to make sure that we don't get trapped. We're heading into a public recession. If you really been paying attention, we've been in a recession for a while, maybe like a year and a bit. But if you're really looking at, you're seeing the prices of everything change, and you're going to be tight on money. You're going to feel trapped. You're going to feel like there's nothing else that you could do. You have to stay in one spot. It's the safest thing. But realistically, when you are feeling trapped, when things seem worse than it actually is, it's kind of like a shining light to you, to remember that there's more to life than whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're experiencing. You can get out of it. The feeling of being trapped is just a feeling, unless you're literally trapped, right? It is October. I think October actually has the highest rate of people disappearing. I think it's either October or September, but you don't want to actually be trapped. Be careful out there, male or female. there's people trafficking people every day, which is still kind of crazy with all the technology that we have. But some people, they don't listen, they don't pay attention. You got your earbuds in, and then after, you're suddenly gone, your earbuds on the floor. That just reminds me of a movie that I watched a couple of months ago, and it was interesting. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking there so I don't spoil it because it was a great movie. But either way, we have to change our lifestyles to make sure that we are doing a lot better. Like recently, I've been thinking about a lot of things. I can't expose all of it on the podcast because you don't always want to let people know what your next move is gonna be. And recently for me, I've been feeling trapped. Feel trapped in a lot of different ways. I'm not going to expose all of them, but I feel like a victim of my success, if that even makes sense, right? There's this song that I liked. I can't think of it right now. It's funny I say I like the song and then I can't even name it, but there's a crazy line where it's talking about back to the days that before I made the choices I made, right? And everything in life is a choice, right? Whether you're forced to do the choice, whether it's your free will, right? And I've been a victim of my choices. I've been trapped with my choices for either doing things or not doing things. And recently I've been pushing myself to do a lot more. And the sad thing, or I don't even say it's a sad thing, but yeah, I guess it's a little bit sad that the realization of me putting certain things off and pushing it to the side because I didn't think it was so important has completely altered my life to the point where it's the main cause of my trapped feeling. If I did this before, I wouldn't be in this situation. Or if I did that before, I would have realized that this would happen a lot more. So like for me now, I've been like just this whole week, I've been do one thing. Oh, you've been putting this off? Bam. I even wanted to make a huge list so that I could go through it, but I'm also getting trapped in making lists. I have so many lists for so many different things that I want to do, but how many things am I actually doing? Right? I'd say at the moment I'm doing like 25% of the stuff that's on my list, right? After summer, summer ruined me, but it was a good ruined me to an extent, right? I needed to get all of that out. I needed to enjoy myself after being off nights, but it also ruined me in the sense where it put me off of my path for a short time of pleasure. A lot of crazy things happened. Nothing crazy financially. It has been a little bit crazy financially, but not too crazy to the point where I'm just like, oh no, what am I gonna do about my life? And there's a recession around the corner, right? Yeah, because I was talking with someone who's gonna be anonymous, and I was telling them about like my summer adventures, and they were talking to me about how one summer that they just went crazy because they're like, you know what? I need to enjoy myself. And then they were like 10K in debt and they just partied all summer and didn't have a job, had no way to like pay for it. They're just like, you know what, I'll pay for it later. And by the end of the summer, 10K flew out of their imaginary bank account because there was not that much money, right? And that's the thing about credit cards. You need to be careful with them. But at the same time, you have to not be trapped in the mindset that you can't spend money or you can't make money. Sometimes you need to go and spend a lot of money to make sure that you're like, damn, I could be living like this. That's what some people don't realize. Once you get to a certain point or even spend X amount of money, you want to keep that lifestyle. It's something that's invigorating, that pushes you to be like, you know what? This is the lifestyle that I want to live. I'm not going to be trapped either like being poor or having small decisions or only being able to eat this. I want to eat whatever I want. I want to buy whatever I want. If I have the thought of getting this, I want to be able to afford it. Whether it's for you or you and your partner or you and your family, it's a lifestyle change that can be made, right? I saw something on IG recently, and it was a guy who was flexing all of the stuff that he had, but it's something that he dreamed of because he grew up poor, right? And sometimes people have to realize that everything that we do, it keeps us in a certain place, it puts us behind, or it pushes us forward. I'm not like super anti anything for the most part. Not a lot of things, but that's definitely for another episode. But there's certain things that kind of inhibit our drive to do stuff, right? If you drink too much, if you smoke too much, whether it's the green stuff, whether it's the tobacco stuff, those things kind of pacify your passion to go forward, right? Like, I drank a lot more than I have in like maybe the last 5 years this summer because I was going crazy. But you know, it did some it did some damage to me. But was it a fun time? Hell yeah, right? But you know, being trapped in a party mindset as well too, it could drain your funds. It could drain what you want to build for yourself too, right? And I had to get back into that mindset where it's just like, you know, this is what you want to do, this is what you want to get accomplished, and this is how things are gonna be if you stick to what you need to do. So for me, I might do some disappearing, not from the podcast because I'm committed to the podcast. I'm committed to bringing you guys content, trying to put out that alternate point of view and helping you guys feel less trapped in the decisions that you make. Or, you know, I'm also there for advice if you guys want to DM me or reply to my videos or whatever. I recently been uploading content of my outings just to kind of boost some of the channel views. I know some people haven't really liked that, but unfortunately, you know, to get monetized, you need a lot of views and everything. So sometimes I will mix up the content. So I do apologize for the people who are podcast only. Even I might potentially make a second channel and post all of that stuff and then convert that channel to like a second version of the podcast for maybe more alternate or racy topics. But either way, guys, hopefully you like this episode. It's a little bit late, but you know, IG was gaslighting me about not staying on my purpose and my goal. And you see, that's another thing, guys. If you really don't want to be trapped, you need to consume content that is going to push you forward. You need to surround yourself with people who are also going to push you forward. They don't want you to be mediocre. You know, you want to have a winning team, and you have to have people around you who actually also want you to win as well. You know, some of your friends are haters. Right, I saw this 50 Cent freestyle from like 1998, and he's talking about like your friends change, but your enemies never do, right? So, you know, some of you people, you have the same friends. Maybe they're actually enemies, right? You know, and the funny thing is, you know, for me, I have a lot of friends that I've been friends with for a long time, and you know, a bunch of my friends are rivals, but it's a rivals in a good sense. It's not that Gary Ash rivalry where it's just like, I'm better than you. Sometimes it is like that, but it's just like, you know, we're pushing ourselves to become better. At least some of my friends, that, you know, people are just chilling or whatever. But it's good to have different groups of friends for different things that you want to do. Either way, hopefully you guys are enjoying October. I know the weather is getting colder. Some of you guys want that. I'm already missing summer, but you know, if I'm going all crazy in the summer, I need a little bit less summer so that I could stick to my goals and everything else. Hopefully you guys like this episode. Last time I'm saying that. Have a nice day. Take care.